What's the top 4 or 5 credit cards that everyone should own?
It's really simple because they all work seamlessly together. So there's 2 credit cards with Chase. One is the Chase Freedom Unlimited, which is your everyday spender, and then the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. With the combination of both of those cards, you unlock the Chase Travel Portal, which allows you to move your points into mileage partners or hotel loyalty programs, so then you can travel hack better. So you get those 2 cards, and now you complete your Chase Duo. The other 2 cards are with American Express. So you get the American Express Gold card, so you can earn 4 times points on restaurants and groceries, namely. And then you also get the Platinum card. You want to spend your money on the Amex Gold card in the Chase Freedom Unlimited, but you want to have the Sapphire Preferred in the American Express Platinum so you can get the travel benefits. You unlock the portals for both of them, and you can actually move your points where you want them to go. If you're a traveler, if you travel more than, I would say, once or twice every couple months, then I think you should get that card. Otherwise, you don't need that one, but the other 3 everybody should have.
First of all, what the f is this dude wearing? Was it a cash dress? A dress made out of anyway, fam. Let's go ahead and break this down. Let's make this real simple. What he's neglected to say off the rip is that you only ever need these 2 cards if you do massive traveling. And the reason why I say massive traveling is because the annual fee on these 2 cards is astronomical. These 2 cards being the Platinum card from American Express, and the other one, which he should have been talking about instead of the Sapphire Preferred, is the Sapphire Reserve card. The Sapphire Preferred doesn't hold a candle to the Sapphire Reserve card when it comes to A, exponentiating the points that you earn from the Freedom Unlimited card, and B, giving you access to all of the partners as well as all of the perks that you have that you're going to need when you're traveling. If you can qualify for the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, the Preferred card shouldn't even be in question. The Preferred and the Platinum card are on 2 totally different spectrums. The Reserve and the Platinum card are equal tier credit cards. That's number 1. Number 2, his points were made in such a complicated way that it was just unnecessary. When it comes down to the Gold card of American Express or the Freedom Unlimited card from Chase, you're simply talking about 2 cards that earn you more points almost everywhere you go in regular life. When you're looking at how the Sapphire Reserve card versus the Platinum card earn you points, they help you spend your points more effectively and more efficiently, but they don't actually earn you near as many points in near as many situations as those lower tier credit cards. For instance, if you go out to dinner with your family and you use the Platinum card, you're going to earn 1 point per dollar spent. But if you use your Gold card from American Express, you're going to earn 4 times the amount of points. The problem with the Gold card is you can't actually spend those points effectively. If we're going to get down to brass tacks, let's talk about if you even need any of these particular credit cards at all, and which one of them is the most valuable and the one you actually should have in your wallet at all times. Now, when you look at the American Express Gold card, yes, it gives you a whole lot of points per dollar spent when you go to grocery stores and when you go to restaurants. But the annual fee on that card is $250. So if you can't actually use those points in combination with the Platinum card, they actually just kind of fall by the wayside. It's going to take you spending a whole lot of money to make that $250 annual fee actually worth it for you. Now, let's go back over to the Chase side of things, right? If you're looking at the Chase Sapphire Reserve card or even the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, if you don't do a lot of traveling, it's going to be very, very difficult to justify the annual fees on those cards. But when you look at the Chase Freedom Unlimited card, that card gives you a whole lot of bang for your buck. Seeing as how the Chase Freedom Unlimited card is the only card out of all of those cards that he just mentioned that has no annual fee, you can only ever win when using this card. So if you don't travel a whole lot, save yourself a whole bunch of heartache, save yourself a whole bunch of cash, just get the Chase Freedom Unlimited card. If you want to learn more about these cards, please click the link in my description or check out the link in the first comment. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I got 4 American Express cards and 3 Chase cards that I use on a daily basis. So I don't have a dog in this fight when it comes to which ecosystem is better. But I did find an amazing video by Daniel Brown that explains the trifectas of both Chase and American Express in a way that can help you understand how to use both of these to your full advantage. So let's check it out.
So I have both the Chase Trifecta and the Amex Trifecta, and I pay combined annual fees of $1,040 every single year to have these 2 credit card setups. However, the Chase Trifecta only accounts for $95 of those annual fees.
You never really think about those fees in that accumulative amount like that, but that's a lot of money, man.
Usually when you pay that much money for something, you expect to get a ton of value back in return. However, despite the big difference...
And once again, he's talking about a setup with just the Sapphire Preferred card. My setup includes the Sapphire Reserve card, which has an annual fee that's like 4 or 5 times more than that Preferred card. So your boy might have to reevaluate some things.
And the big gaps between those 2 annual fees of the 2 trifectas. What I've got to say is that over the past few years of using these 2 setups, the value that they've been both able to give me personally has been pretty close to equal. So the Chase Trifecta consists of 3 personal Chase credit cards, which are going to be the no annual fee Freedom Flex, the no annual fee Freedom Unlimited, and then the $95 per year Chase Sapphire Preferred, which is the card that I use in my own Chase Trifecta setup, although some people do throw in the $550 per year Chase Sapphire Reserve instead. For me, I just like the cheaper preferred because it does have a lot of similar features, a lot of similar travel insurances and benefits, but most importantly, it's got the same one-to-one travel transfer partners as the Sapphire Reserve, so I'd much rather pay $95 as opposed to $550 to have access to the same one-to-one transfer partners. Now, I also...
So for me, my Chase setup includes the Sapphire Reserve card, the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, and of course, as aforementioned, the most important card that I have in my wallet probably, the Freedom Unlimited card from Chase. Now, I just never signed up for the Chase Freedom Flex card. I never got into it. I never was really interested in it. I've been using this Business Inc. Unlimited card for the last 4 years. And mostly I kind of use it as a catch-all card for business purposes. Now, I like to keep my business and personal purchases completely separate. So having this card in conjunction with that Freedom Unlimited card allows me to continue to take advantage of that 1.5 points per dollar spent, no matter where or what I'm using it for. So if it's a business purchase of any kind, I still get that perk. If it's a personal purchase, I still get that perk by having both of those cards. Now, this is not a true trifecta setup, but I use it as such.
The Sapphire Preferred to get 3x points per dollar on streaming, but other than that, I'm not putting that much spending on the card. I do use it for parking every now and then. If I buy a parking spot at the airport, I get 2x points per dollar on travel. But other than that, it's not a high spend card for me, so it's mainly about its benefits. I do take advantage of the primary auto rental coverage on the Sapphire Preferred, so anytime I rent a car, I'll use my CSP and then just get the primary auto rental coverage and decline whatever insurances the credit card or the car rental company is trying to offer me. Saves me maybe $20 a day when I'm renting a car, which adds up over time, and I know some people like that feature on the Sapphire Preferred. I also was able to get a 60,000 point sign-up bonus when I got the card almost 4 years ago, but every now and then, Chase does offer limited time elevated bonuses of up to 80,000 or even 100,000 points that we saw a couple of years ago, but 80,000 points tends to be the limited time elevated bonus we see on the Sapphire Preferred. So if you're ever thinking about getting that card at some point, I'd highly recommend you just wait for a higher bonus to pop up, whether that's online or in branch. Sometimes the in branch offers, if you go to a physical Chase branch location, can be a little bit better. So just look up data points online, watch YouTube videos when there are these higher increased offers going on. There was just one a few months ago, but that has expired now, so we're back down to 60,000 points as I'm filming this. But overall, Sapphire Preferred, great card, really about those transfer partners and some of the insurances and the primary auto rental coverage, at least for me in my setup. Then for the Freedom Flex, that card was a very good card for me because I got an awesome sign-up bonus of 20,000 Chase UR points plus 5x points per dollar on groceries for the first year that I had this card. So I used this a ton for groceries to get 5x back on groceries, but it also gives 5x points per dollar in rotating quarterly categories that changes up every 3 months. So you got categories like gas stations, Amazon, PayPal, grocery stores even, restaurants, and a few other things. Target was a category earlier this year. So great card overall for those high spend categories that you use every day in your life. Freedom Flex, very versatile card. You do have to activate those 5x categories when Chase sends you an email every 3 months, so make sure you never forget to do that. After you do that, it's pretty easy to take advantage of it. Next month, it's going to be for gas stations, so I'll have it on my Apple Pay on my iPhone. I'll probably carry the card with me too in case a certain gas station that I'm going to doesn't accept Apple Pay, and then I'll be able to get 5x points per dollar on gas. And then for the Freedom Unlimited card, this is also a 20,000 point sign-up bonus that I was able to get when I got the card maybe 3 or 4 years ago, but mainly I'm using this card as my catch-all card. So it earns 1.5 Chase points per dollar on everything. I really like that, and I find that valuable. I know there's some other cards out there that earn 2%, 2 points per dollar, or 2% cash back, but the 1.5 points per dollar on the Freedom Unlimited really is valuable to me because, again, I'm taking those Chase points that I'm earning from this card, from the Freedom Flex, and any other Chase Inc. cards. I transfer them over to my Sapphire Preferred card, which has those one-to-one transfer partners, and with those partners, I like to transfer out to Hyatt a lot, where I can very easily get 2 to 3 cents per point or even higher. Obviously, sometimes I'm redeeming for...
And it's not just that, right? When you have a point that's been earned on the Chase Freedom Unlimited card, when you have the Sapphire Reserve card, that point is now worth 50% more. Just by having this card, if you're spending a certain amount of money, it's definitely going to be worth it to be able to take those points and make them more valuable. 50% more valuable. You don't even have to go through the whole thing of transferring this and looking for partners for that. Within its own ecosystem, it becomes 50% more valuable just by having this particular card. That is one huge advantage that Chase has over American Express.
Flights as well, but the hotels with Hyatt, I find that the main way that I'm using my Chase cards. So 1.5 points per dollar on the Freedom Unlimited really becomes more like 3% back or 4.5% back when I take those points and transfer them to Hyatt. I find that very valuable as a catch-all card. So catch-all card, Freedom Unlimited, rotating categories, Freedom Flex, and then I use the Sapphire Preferred for streaming, some miscellaneous travel, and really for those transfer partners. Now, some other advantages the Chase Trifecta has includes things like limited time partner benefits. So right now, I believe that is Lyft, DoorDash, and Instacart. Those are some nice limited time benefits that Chase partners with, where you get, I think, like 5x back on Lyft, a few other limited time trials and things like that, and other benefits with those brands. Chase is always changing them up every few years. Chase also has some offers where you can find within your Chase account where you just go ahead and add those offers to your individual Chase cards.
I don't care what Chase
card
you
things
have.
like getting extra cash back, or statement
garbage.
credits at the grocery store, or specific brands where you're shopping online. Maybe you get 5% back here or 10% back there. So those are always very easy to add to your Chase card manually, or you can add them automatically whenever you log into your Chase account by downloading the Card Pointers extension, which is an extension that I highly recommend. I've talked about it in other videos. So that'll automatically add your Chase offers to your cards, give you some extra value, some extra cash back. And those are really a lot of the advantages I see with the Chase Trifecta and how I use it in my daily spending. Now, for some of the disadvantages, the big thing that comes to mind for me and for a lot of other people is the categories and the multipliers. Like I said, some of those 5x categories that rotate on the Freedom Flex are valuable, but I would rather see a consistent grocery category or a consistent gas category, or ideally both, across the Chase Trifecta. So you get 3x back on online groceries with the Sapphire Preferred, but it's not all groceries. So I don't really use online groceries. I don't spend money on that. I go to the grocery store. I've got food allergies, so I like to read the ingredient labels, as weird as that sounds. But Freedom Flex, like I said before, has those rotating 5x categories, which occasionally is going to be gas stations and occasionally is going to be grocery stores, but that's only for 1 out of the 4 quarters per year for each of those things. So I would rather have a consistent, steady category of groceries or of gas stations in the Chase Trifecta, and that's how I would improve it. But that's where the Amex Trifecta comes into play for me. So the big card over there is the Amex Gold card, which gets 4x points per dollar at grocery stores, also 4x points per dollar on dining at restaurants and other places like that. So it's a very good food credit card for me. So it's getting 4 Amex points per dollar, which can be very valuable. Amex membership rewards points and Chase Ultimate rewards points are kind of competitors. You could transfer those same Amex points to a lot of similar partners that Chase has as well. It does not have Hyatt, so that's why I said I like to use my Chase points for Hyatt, whereas Amex, it has a lot more transfer partners with a lot more flights, airlines, things like that.
Now, I do find that Amex has a distinct disadvantage when it comes to this particular scenario, right? American Express does not allow you to exponentiate your points like Chase does. The Platinum card doesn't actually do anything for the points that the Gold card earns. If you earn 4 points per restaurant dollar spent on the Gold card, it's only worth 4 points when you book travel using the American Express Platinum card. It doesn't do anything extra for you. The Platinum card simply just gives you access to those things that the American Express Gold card doesn't have. Disadvantage number 2 for the American Express ecosystem: you cannot share points with another American Express card holder. Chase, you can. Now, in my family, my wife is the one that has the reserve card. I have the Freedom card. I have the business card. She holds the reserve card. I'm the AU on the reserve card. I can take all the points that I earn from my business card, all the points that I earn from my Freedom card, and send them to her so she can value them at 50% more and book our travel as a family. American Express, one card holder has to hold all the cards. You cannot share the points with another card holder, not even within your immediate family. This is a huge disadvantage for the American Express ecosystem.
Like that. So I use my Amex points for more of international business class flights, things like that, long distance, long haul flights. That's where you can find maybe like 4, 5, 6+ cents per point in value, which is way higher than the 1 cent per point value that you typically can find inside the Amex travel portal when booking flights. But anyway, for the Amex Gold card, you're also getting 3x points per dollar when booking flights with the airline or through Amex Travel. So those are kind of the major spending categories there: 3x on flights and then 4x on groceries and dining. Plus, you have a $250 annual fee, which you can offset with $240 worth of annual credits for Uber and select dining partners. The Uber credit for me is much easier to use because you can use it for Uber Rides or Uber Eats, whereas the dining credit is only available with select dining partners like Grubhub, Shake Shack, and a few others. I use that every now and then. I don't use it as much as I should sometimes. Sometimes I do forget, but the Uber credit, I'm always traveling and I'm always riding in Ubers and Lyfts, just comparing prices there. So the Uber credit's very easy to use. The dining credit, maybe not so much. I do think that if you're living in a city and you're getting food delivery with Grubhub or you're going to Shake Shack a lot,
the stupid Uber credit is now delivered to you in like a $12 or $15 a month increment. They don't give you the whole $120 stupid credit at once so that you can use it like a normal human being. They give you $12 a month throughout the year. And if you, let's just say today I used a $20 Uber. I can only credit 12 of the dollars from American Express to that $20 Uber. I can't just suck it out of the whole $120 that they're going to give me for the year. I find this to be a really annoying and gimmicky benefit. I don't like this one at all.
Or something. Those are very easy ways to use those credits on the Amex Gold card. So for city people, I think the Amex Gold is a no-brainer, especially, and with the higher grocery prices you're paying in the cities, you might as well be getting max value from those 4x points per dollar. It's kind of hard to beat that. So Amex Gold, great card for food. That's how I use it in this setup. I use those credits to offset the annual fee, and I'm good to go. I also got a 60,000 point sign-up bonus on the Amex Gold, but we've been seeing it as high as 75,000 or even up to 90,000 membership rewards points for the Amex Gold card, so that's very, very good. Then moving on to the Amex Platinum card. This is a very controversial card because it does have a $695 annual fee, by far the highest out of any card in the setup or really any other credit card on the market for that part. And you do get 5x points per dollar on flights that you book through airlines or through Amex Travel, plus 5x points per dollar on prepaid hotels only booked through Amex Travel, so not as good there. I really don't book hotels using the Platinum card, but I do book flights with it because I'd rather book through the airlines, to be honest. I also got a 100,000 point sign-up bonus when I got the Amex Platinum card, but we've also been seeing offers for as high as 125,000 points lately, or even up to 150,000 points for select targeted offers. Not sure if that's available right now, but I have seen that over the past few months this year. So the Amex Platinum card, very high sign-up bonus, definitely good to take advantage of there, but again, very high annual fee, so you got to be careful. What you really want to look at with this card is the credits, all the credits and benefits that it offers. So there's $240 digital entertainment credit, $200 Uber credit, $200 airline incidental fee credit, all these other things that you can take a look at in other videos that I've talked about that I'll link to down below. But you want to make sure those credits give you as much value as possible to offset that $695 fee as much as you can. Now, you do get a lot of other really good travel insurance protections, so if anything ever does go wrong with your travel, any delays, baggage delays, trip delays, whatever, the Amex Platinum card is a great card for that kind of stuff. Plus, you get access to lounges. So you have Priority Pass, Amex lounges, all these things you can search through the Amex Global Lounge collection on American Express's website. And what I find is that I do go to these lounges a lot, and I do go to the lounge in Philadelphia as much as I can. That's my home city. There's not Amex lounges everywhere, so I know there's no Amex lounge in Chicago. That's a major city, so if you're living there, maybe not as much value for this card, but in most other major cities, New York, LA, San Francisco.
So the wild thing about American Express Platinum card, and I just found this out. I haven't been paying attention to this card much. I only use it when I go traveling. I tried to go into an American Express lounge, a Centurion lounge, literally 2 weeks ago. I took my family over to Jamaica. We came back and we were trying to use the lounge on the way home. And we walked in, got my 2 kids with me, got my wife. My wife has one of my cards. I have a card. American Express has now instituted a $30 fee per guest. Now, this was not the case a year ago. 2 weeks ago, a $30 fee per guest to get into the American Express lounge. So I'm carrying a card, $600 for an annual fee. My wife is carrying a card. Her AU card has a huge annual fee, and I can't walk in with my kids without paying an additional $60. Now, we had about an hour and 20 minutes to wait for our connecting flight, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was pissed. I literally thought about canceling that card that day. Now, my wife came to me and was like, you know, they can kind of do this because the benefit of the card still outweighs the negatives of it. And I thought about it, and she was right. American Express has been missing out on millions of dollars not taking advantage of this, and we've all been complaining about overcrowded American Express lounges. This is a huge way to decrease the crowding, get rid of kids in the American Express lounge, especially when it's going to be a short time between connecting flights. This is a really smart play by American Express. Hyper annoying if you're paying that fee, like I do, but as a business move, Fucking brilliant.
A lot of other places, there's Amex lounges, so just search that Global Lounge collection because it's nice to go there and spend a little bit of time before your flight. They are very nice. Just take all these things into consideration. You really have to do your research and crunch the numbers for the Amex Platinum card because you don't want to be paying $700 per year for somebody that's just not going to travel or somebody that's not using those credits. But if you're someone that really optimizes your wallet setup, you know you're going to use those credits. You already spend money on the credits, on the services those credits cover. The Amex cards can provide you a lot of value, and they do make that $945 combined annual fee worth it. Again, only if you're using those credits because the sign-up bonuses can only go so far. The point multipliers can only go so far because it takes a lot of spending per year just to make up for those annual fees. So you really want to make sure the credits are what's offsetting those annual fees, not just your spending, not just the welcome bonuses. Make sure you're getting steady, consistent value. But then to finish up the Amex trifecta, the third card in.
Now, I don't mean to keep topping his video, but what he's trying to tell you in plain talk is make sure that the credits that are already offered make this a free card for you to use when you are traveling. Don't try to get this card and use it just for traveling perks because you're going to be dissatisfied. Make sure that the credits that come along with it already are something that you can incorporate into your life that will make this a free or almost free card where the benefits of the travel perks just take it way over the top. Don't get this card simply for the travel perks. You will be disappointed, especially if you only travel a couple times a year.
The third card in this setup is the Amex Blue Business Plus, which is a business credit card with no annual fee. It earns a flat 2x points per dollar on everything. It got me 15,000 Amex points as a sign-up bonus when I got this card a couple of years ago. And if I had to say one card that you could leave out of this setup, and you probably don't need if you have the Chase and Amex trifecta together, it would be the Blue Business Plus, just because this is a business credit card and most people can qualify for business cards if they have some sort of a side hustle or some sort of an income generating activity they do in their spare time. But not everybody is going to want a business credit card.
And I thought that card
you
he
can
was talking
forget
about
it if you really don't want it. I kind of use it every now and then for this YouTube and social media business, but it really doesn't earn me that many points. So it's mostly the Amex Gold card and the Amex Platinum card that I'm using the most on travel for the Amex Platinum and on groceries and dining out at restaurants for the Amex Gold card. Now, a couple of other advantages of the Amex trifecta are going to be Amex offers, which are very similar to Chase offers we talked about before. You just log into your American Express account and you can add all these really good offers to save money or get statement credits, earn bonus Amex points and all that kind of stuff. And you can also use card pointers to add your Amex offers automatically as well. So again, highly recommend card pointers. Gonna leave a link for that down below if you want to check that out. But outside of getting some extra value from those Amex offers, you can also link your American Express membership rewards account with a site called Rakuten, which is basically just an extra cashback portal. I use it all the time. You can get really, really great bonus cashback on that website from a lot of popular brands and websites. All you gotta do is go to Rakuten first, click through their links. It's gonna bring you to whatever website you were going to shop from already. It's gonna track your spending and whether you buy something and then give you bonus cashback based on that purchase. And when you link your Amex account and your American Express membership rewards account, you're gonna actually earn Amex points instead of cashback, which is way more valuable when you take those points and transfer them out for travel redemptions like hotels and flights later on. Now,
Yo, you learn something new every damn day. I have never even considered getting a Rakuten account. I never thought about doing the whole coupon cutting, cashback hustling thing. But if all you got to do is link your card to this account and shop from the sites that you're already going to shop from, learn something every day. Your boy did not know that. I'm on.
Disadvantages of the Amex trifecta are going to be, first of all, the very high annual fees. It's going to keep a lot of people away from the Platinum card and the Gold card specifically. And American Express does give you, of course, a lot of those credits that we've talked about already in this video to help bring down the effective annual fee. But still, in my opinion, even if you are getting good value from those credits, for a lot of people, mostly beginners, the Chase trifecta is going to just look a lot more appealing with the $95 annual fee compared to $945 on the Amex trifecta. That's just the way it is. But I do encourage you to take a deeper look at those annual fees and those credits because sometimes it does make sense to pay for those annual fees on credit cards. It just really depends on your situation. So again, crunch the numbers, look at those credits and compare the value and the benefits and determine if the cost is worth it to you. But that's what I did, and I decided that both these trifectas are worth it for me. Now, even though the Amex trifecta does cover the grocery category very well by getting 4x points per dollar at grocery stores on the Gold card, it still is also lacking a gas category category, which was also lacking on the Chase Trifecta. So what I've done is I've just added in a bonus credit card to complement these two credit card setups. So that is the Citi Custom Cash, which I'm sure many of you are very familiar with. It is one of the best no annual fee credit cards on the market. It gets 5% back in your highest spend category every single billing cycle. And if you just use it specifically.
Now, see, I don't like this because he could have stayed within the American Express point family and simply got the cash preferred card, which gives you 3% on any gas station purchases. Why would you go outside of that? This is one I don't understand, Daniel, and I would like some explanation on. Now, you don't owe me shit, but I don't understand why you would start earning points in any way, shape, or form or cash back when the American Express membership rewards points are far more valuable. I would much rather have 3 times per dollar spent on an MR point than get 2 times cash back on a Citi card where I don't need cash back. Cash back is not that valuable. The American Express membership reward points, however, are. This one doesn't make sense to me. And then also, if you're going to apply for the Citi card, you're going to get another inquiry. With the American Express, once you get accepted for one card, you never get an inquiry for a new application again. So there's twofold benefit when staying within the American Express family, or at least attempting to.
For gas and nothing else, you're gonna lock in getting 5% back on your gas station purchases every single month. So that's a very good card to complement these two.
Okay, my bad. Not 2 times. He said custom cash, not double cash. So 5 times points, but even still, I would rather take the 3 times points from the American Express membership rewards points than having 5 times points from an entirely different ecosystem. My bad, but I digress. This was a super information-packed video, but I hope you guys got something from it. And if you guys like content like this, make sure that you like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell of this video. You're going to get notifications every time I drop a new piece of content. Other than that, I need to let you guys know that I appreciate you and that I know that you can get your credit information anywhere on the internet, but you're here with me. Be blessed. Skirt! I forgot to tell you guys, if you guys want to learn more about any of these cards, you guys can check the link in the description or check the link in the first comment of this video. Now you can go. Be blessed.